the Genie was fun. The Genie just gave us so much freedom to create, and a lot of that came from Robin Williams' ad-libs, but also, one thing leading to another thing leading to another thing. So, for example, I went to all the recording sessions with Robin Williams, which was so much fun, they had to take me away because I was laughing too hard. But anyway, there were things that Robin would say that he'd know I'd pick up on. And so at one point he riffs that he doesn't believe Aladdin is going to use his third wish to set him free. And he goes, yeah, right.
It's not gonna happen. Genie, wake up and smell the hummus.
During one session, Robin touched off a quick Pinocchio nasal joke. Goldberg responded by animating a moment where Genie's face morphs like Pinocchio's nose.
No, really, I promise. After I make my first 2 wishes, I'll use my 3rd wish to set you free.
Ron and John didn't know what boo-oop was. I said, well, that's Robin's shorthand for telling a lie. That's Pinocchio's nose growing. Can I please turn the Genie's head into Pinocchio? We own the character. And that's how it got in the movie, And we had this kind of wavelength thing going that he knew I would be able to pick up on that kind of stuff and visualize it.
Well, here's hoping. All right. Let's make some magic! So how about...
And that's the kind of freedom, that extra thing that Robin gave us the opportunity for.
Can't make anybody fall in love, remember?
This kind of back and forth Robin's sound feeding Eric's vision became part of the film's DNA.
The second part of the equation for this is them drawing it. I mean, they are so good. The guys who draw, which I've made fun of, but it's actually, they're really like, they act with a pencil. What they do is I kind of give an inspiration and then they go with it. There's stuff in the cartoon where they just play with images and they go as fast as I do, which is nice when you can travel at the speed of life. They take it to the next level and they're the ones who do this, the 6 months of, the tedious work. But the great thing is it's all hand-drawn and it's a great sense of comic timing they have, too.
Inspired by Cap Calloway and jazz and referenced by the musicians of the film, Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, Genie's limbs bounce, groove, and stretch like musical phrases. Each movement a dance with Robin's vocal rhythm.
Now I've told you about the jumping jive. Jim jam, jump and jumping jive. You got to dig this mallow jive. Yes, you're digging on the mallow side. A boodly boy. A boodly time boy. Going to go kind of bomb bomb that the bot.
Easy to lay.
Going back to Aladdin, it's the first time I saw anything I worked on with a live audience. And that was amazing because I had no idea what to expect. My background was in television commercials. And the most I would get would be my friends in London saying, oh, saw your job on TV last night. It's great.
Yes, of course. Hairdressers, hairstyle. I've got a lot of answers.
Cut.
What the hell was wrong with that take?
Nothing with you, baby Herman. You were great. You were perfect. You were better than perfect. This Roger, he keeps blowing his lines. Roger, what's this?
A tweeting bird.
A tweeting bird. Roger, read this. Look what it says. It says rabbit gets clunked, rabbit sees stars. Not birds, stars. Can we lose the playback, please?
Though seldom mentioned, Richard Williams, the Oscar-winning animation director of Who Framed Roger Rabbit and the visionary behind The Thief and the Cobbler, was Eric Goldberg's first mentor. His work on characters like the flamboyant card-playing Grand Vizier, animated alongside legends such as Grim Natwick and Emery Hawkins, served as a direct template for the Genie's fluid theatrics.
I have power over people, though they may appear complex. For me, they fall like playing cards, and I control the decks.
A legacy woven quietly but indelibly into Robin's magical performance.
So how about it? What is it you want most?
Time out. Time out. Can I talk to the kid? Thanks.
The horror.
Look at those fangs.
I could have been a contender.
What would you wish of me?
Be ever impressive.
Robin's impersonations were a flood. Schwarzenegger, Nicholson, Cap Calloway, De Niro, and so on. Rather than simply illustrating the voices, Goldberg amplified them, crafting visual moments that echoed the comedy, and occasionally surprised even Robin himself.
And they put in stuff, I can't believe that but they do it because I think they have a good time kind of pushing the boundaries of Disney animation, which is great. And even the great thing about it was to even make fun of Disney's own marketing stuff, like the idea of them selling everything. And that was the first time they even made fun of themselves, which was kind of great.
And did you feel like Disney were interfering, or they just let you go?
Oh, I think they let me go because after a while they realized, this certainly works well. Maybe! And then after that, it was like this kind of tradition of hiring comedians to be in cartoons, which is great, because they come and they riff like crazy. And the great thing is when I see you give them a voice and then they draw it, and then the animators go from what you gave them and go even further, which is wonderful. The great thing about doing a voice for an animation is it's just your voice. So you can really kind of push the envelope. You do things vocally that if you did it just as a character, people go, that's a bit much, really. So you get this idea that you can create a character based around what they look like and go even further than what you would do normally as an actor. It's kind of wonderful, but you still have to be believable. And usually, if you find, once you get going a little while, the little things are what makes the character interesting. As always, even with acting, finding that little character stuff, the tiny stuff where you get the laugh from just going, "Que passons?" The littlest stuff, if that gets a laugh, yes, you're covered.
Splendid, absolutely marvelous.
Some say robots or happy feet couldn't match Genie because CGI rigs back then couldn't morph the way traditional animation could. And that's true. But that's not the whole story. The real difference was interpretation. But Eric Goldberg didn't just animate words. He animated emotion, intention, humanity.
I'm hitting the road. I'm off to see the world.
The great thing about Robin, aside from his improv, was that he could really come up with sincere emotion, and I think it was important in this character, as with all the characters, to really get the audience invested in his plight.
Me too, Al. No matter what anybody says, you'll always be a prince to me.
And that was what was cool about Robin, was that he would totally invest in the emotional thing as well as the gag.
Oh, all of you, come over here.
Genie was Robin's soul in motion, a character born from voice-first performance meeting hand-drawn magic. A miracle of interpretation, not just execution. And no number of polygons or motion capture rigs can ever duplicate that.
Well, I can't do any more damage around here. I'm free! I'm out of here! Whoa! It's everywhere! There's coffee everywhere!
We'll take a brief break while we clean up.